Hello, second graders. Have you ever heard anyone say, it's 7:20 a.m., wake up, or it's 8 p.m., time to go to bed? Today in math, we are going to talk about a.m. and p.m. What in the world does that mean? Why do people keep saying it when they start talking about times? Let's go ahead and find out. Here we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at our math message for the day. Emma starts school at 9 o'clock and goes to bed at 9 o'clock. Talk to a partner about how this can be true. Does this seem a little weird to you? How can someone start school at 9 o'clock, but at the same time go to bed at 9 o'clock? How in the world does this make sense? Go ahead and take a moment to talk to someone next to you about how this can be true. Have any of you ever heard of the terms AM and PM? Here's something that I want you to know. Each day that we have is exactly 24 hours long. And because our days are 24 hours, we split up our days into two different halves. The first half of our day is AM. The second half of our day is PM. What does that mean exactly? The first part of our day starts actually at midnight. Yeah, that's right, midnight. When you are sound asleep in your bed, sometimes on Friday, Saturday night, you're up partying at midnight. That's 12 o'clock at night. That's when our day actually starts. So as soon as the time turns 12 o'clock and it's midnight during the nighttime, that's when the next day starts. So that's when our clock turns to AM. We go from midnight all the way until lunchtime. And at lunchtime, 12 o'clock usually, that's when I have lunch on the weekends. I know we have lunchtime at school at 11 o'clock. But as soon as we get to 12 o'clock in the day, that is when PM starts. So again, the AM time that you keep hearing about starts at midnight and goes all the way until 12 o'clock. And we call that 12 o'clock near lunchtime. We call that noon. So AM goes from midnight, 12 o'clock, to 12 o'clock noon. And that is exactly 12 hours. That's half of our day. I know it's half because I know that 12 plus 12 equals 24. And Mrs. Clark just said that there are 24 hours in one day. The second half of our day starts at noon, about lunchtime, starts at noon and goes all the way until midnight. Yes, that midnight when you are sound asleep or partying if it's the weekend. I don't know, some of you might be in bed. So yes, the second part of our day, again, goes from noon, when you are eating lunch around that time, to midnight, and that is what we call PM. So let's see if you can answer a couple of my questions. How many hours are in one day? I know you know this. I heard someone say 24. Give yourself a pat on the back. How many hours are in the first part of our day? Did someone say 12? You are correct. And how many hours are in our second part of the day? Yep, right again, 12. Exactly. 12 plus 12 equals 24. So we have 24 hours in one day. The first part of our day is called AM or PM? Correct. It's AM, from midnight all the way to noon, 12 o'clock to 12 o'clock. And the second part of our day is called AM or PM? You're right. It's called PM, from noon, 12 o'clock, all the way until midnight, again, 12 o'clock. So let's go ahead and go back to our morning message, and let's go ahead and look at that one more time. I think you're going to understand it better this time if you didn't understand it the first time. So again, Emma starts school at 9 o'clock and goes to bed at 9 o'clock. We just did this part, didn't we? Does this make a little bit more sense? How can this be true? Well, if you thought Emma must start school at 9 o'clock a.m., she must go to bed at 9 o'clock p.m. If you talked about that with your partner or your teacher, you did a great job thinking about that. Boys and girls, here what we are looking at is a 24-hour timeline. What's missing from my timeline? You got it. It's the lines. Let me go ahead and put those on for you. Watch this. It's magical. Here they are. So with this 24-hour timeline, what I want to show you is two parts of the day that we were just talking about. So here is the first part of our day from midnight all the way to noon. So again, this is midnight all the way to noon, and that is a span of 12 hours. We call this first part of our day AM. The second part of our day starts at noon as the first part of the day is finishing and goes all the way until midnight when our day starts over again. So this is what we call PM. So let's think about a couple of the things that we do at certain points in the day. We start school at about 8 o'clock a.m. So that is about the time we start school every day. We eat lunch at about 11 o'clock each day. We have lunch. At home, you might eat more towards 12 o'clock in the day. Lunchtime does not have to be at noon, but we kind of associate lunchtime with noon. We leave school around 2 o'clock. So this is when we leave school. Think about other things that you do during your evening. Well, around 6 o'clock or so, my family, we eat dinner. Around 10 o'clock, that's when Mrs. Clark goes to bed. I am so tired by 10 o'clock. I start snoozing then. So go ahead right now and think about some fun things that you do throughout your day. What time do you normally start those things? On Saturday mornings, I start shopping at about 7 a.m. On Friday nights, I usually start a movie with my family at about 8 o'clock p.m. So there are lots of really fun things that we can do throughout our day. And like we said, the first 12 hours is called AM, and the second 12 hours is called PM. So boys and girls, what I would like you to work on today, you actually get to draw a picture. Actually, you get to draw 4 pictures. In your math journal on page 71, you are going to spend some time thinking about the first half of your day and thinking about the second half of your day. I would like for you to tell me about something that you do at 8 o'clock a.m. And I would like you to think about something and draw a picture for something you do at 8 o'clock p.m. Again, I would like you to draw a picture for something that you do at about 11 a.m. and 11 o'clock p.m. So today in your math journal, you get to draw 4 different pictures. If you would like to write a sentence using capital letters and periods to go along with your drawings, I think that would make it even more special. All right, boys and girls, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you have a wonderful AM and PM. Have a great day. Bye, boys and girls.